Hey guys, thanks for joining. This is How to Grow in the Lord, and my name is Brian Howard. It's a little vlog where I try to convey things about growing in God that have helped me, or sometimes issues that maybe I'm dealing with as well, and how I'm thinking about it. But this particular one is about prayer and the mindset of prayer, and kind of how you kind of deal with the issues of life. So the mindset that I have is that all prayer is answered by God, and that when you start to pray, God begins to work. Okay, so I believe that I kind of picture it in my experience, like I've prayed about the situation or the need or whatever, and God begins to work. And it's almost like an engine in heaven, a big contraption with complex gears and levers and complex machinery that starts to activate when I pray. So I believe that's kind of, and I take that from reading the story of Daniel in the Bible, when the angel says, God actually sent me when you exactly when you started praying. But it took the angel a period of time because of some other issues that were happening, some conflict and some things that happened in the heavenly realms. So the way I take it is that when I pray, God answers immediately, but there are situations that God may have to work out in order to deliver the prayer, the answer that I need. That might be, I've prayed about some pretty small things, some pretty small matters. And I've prayed about some pretty big matters as well, and God has, brought those to pass. One time I needed a job. A couple of years ago, I needed a job. So I prayed, immediately when I lost a job, and then I prayed, obviously daily, if not hourly, for a job as I worked hard to find a job. But it took 14 weeks that I was out of work to start at the new job. And so, that's an example of, frankly, the job was not ready. The job that I wanted was not vacated, or the job that God wanted for me was not vacated until when it was ready. So God was preparing me, and I had to go through a lot. Sometimes you do have to suffer and go through a lot while you're waiting for an answer to prayer, but you have to believe that God is working on that. I know there's difficult situations where you need a healing, or a loved one needs a healing, and they don't get healed. And I don't have an explanation for that. All I know is that God does heal, and that we should pray for God to heal us. And the mindset that I have, though, is that God does answer every prayer, and I trust Him in those answers. And so I expect Him to answer, and I expect Him to heal. And if He doesn't heal, then I don't lay that on His responsibility. Like, I don't know, I just don't know. And we have to chalk some things up to we don't understand. But in our family, if we lose something, we trust God to find it. If we are sick, we trust God to heal us. If we have an issue at work or a school or a friend or whatever. We've had several very big bullies that we've prayed out of schools. We've had, a lot of work conflict. We spend so much time at work, and we deal with people that are non-family, that it's easy to have conflict or issues at work. So we've had tons of issues that we've prayed about at work. I don't know. There's so many things that we've prayed about, but we literally expect that something is happening that we can't see, and we trust God that the answer is on the way. I'll give you a couple examples. One time, this is a small one, but one time we prayed because I had lost my wallet, and we prayed, and I had the idea pop into my head to go outside and look in the trash, in the garage trash. And so I went there, and sure enough, it had been discarded along with whatever trash I had thrown away out of my car. We've had my youngest daughter lost her phone for like a while, to be honest with you, probably a year and a half. And we prayed and we trusted God, and we eventually found it. So I'm not saying all the answers are quick. I'm just saying that you can trust God with your prayers. Another time, my daughter and I were walking home from. We used to have a horse that lived a couple of houses down, and we went to go pet the horse, and she was really little, and it started torrential pouring on us, raining on us, and we prayed, and God stopped the rain immediately, just stopped it in midair, just unbelievable, very dramatic. The other day my daughter was sick. We prayed for her to get well, and she was well the same day. And yet we've had times where my wife's aunt had cancer and she passed away, and we're not going to judge God with that. We're not going to judge God by our experience. We're going to judge God by what He says about Himself, and by the kind of person that He is, and by the love that He has for us. And so we trust Him no matter what. There's a phrase I'm going to leave you with about prayer that I'd like you to try to experiment with, which is a phrase that we use in my family, which is called having eyes for answers. Eyes for answers means that you need to, when you pray for something, you look for how God is answering it. And God may, when you need money, God is probably not going to send an angel with a wallet. God is probably going to help you through your job, or through, maybe you saved some money, or you found some money, or I don't know, there's all kinds of different ways that money can come to you. But when you need financial help, God is going to, and you pray for it, God is going to help you with that. Now, maybe it's that you're overspending, and God's going to give you wisdom or ideas to help you not overspend, right? I mean, would it make sense if you're overspending like crazy? Would it be better for God for Him to give you a check which will last you for a day or a week? Or would it be better for God to give you wisdom to help you manage your finances for a lifetime?